Let me ask you this, and I know every time I've spoken to you on the phone prior to this, you're so enthusiastic. It comes through so clearly, and especially tonight, meeting you in person. What gives you the greatest sense of accomplishment with this career, would you say?
Just making friends, out of my, with my clients, lifelong friends. I have probably a third of my clients I've been doing 28 plus years.
Really?
So I've seen
Wow.
people's families grow. They've seen my family grow. And then just making people happy. I feel that every haircut's sort of a collaboration, and it's and someone might come in and they don't know what they want, but they know what they don't want, and I work off of that, and then
So that gives you a starting point
exactly,
at least,
and
right?
it's everything's a collaboration. Someone could come into me and say, do whatever you want to do. Well, I might think your hair looks great with bangs, and you might hate bangs. So no matter
Right.
how good I think it looks, you're going to hate it. So it is a collaboration. And when you finally, reach the end and the finished product's there, and they look in the mirror and they got a smile on their face, or they love it,
Right,
that makes me feel the best.
Let me ask you this as a small business owner, and actually with all your locations, I don't think you're that small, but an independent business owner. What do you do to promote your business?
Well, I've done fundraisers. When I first
great.
started, my hair was probably almost to my waist, and I raffled off chances to my clients to cut my ponytail, and we raised $1,500 for the Yukon
Excellent.
Children's Cancer Fund. And we've just, word of mouth is really the best advertising. Every person that walks out is a walking billboard of your work, and,
Right,
and how they speak of you, and how they enjoy their experience being there. And like I said, I really try to give each person my undivided attention. I'm not doing 10 things at once. When you're in my chair, you're my main focus.
The focal point.
Right.
Good. Well, I'm going to ask you as our audience to stay tuned, and we're going to take a very short break, and when you come back, we will be set to have Mike show you his talent. So stay tuned. Hi, and thank you for joining us after our short break. This portion of our show will be Mike showing us his talents, and before he gets started, he has brought in one of his clients, and this is Wayne Miller. Wayne is an investment advisor, and Wayne's going to be receiving a haircut. So Mike, take it away.
All right. Wayne's been a client of mine for quite a few years, and about a few months ago, he was down in Florida with his family, and he forgot his blow dryer and his utensils to do his hair, and his wife and daughter suggested maybe he should put a little bit of gel in his hair and change it up a little bit. Wayne typically has his hair parted on the side. He used to have a big, thick black mustache, and basically, I just felt that we needed just to do a little something just to get him in a more modern look. So I suggested that first thing we do is take off that mustache, because that's, as far as I'm concerned, a very dated look, and let's change up his hairstyle. So he agreed. So today what we're going to do is I'm kind of going to recreate that hairstyle, and we're going to show you a before picture when I'm all done. And so I'm just going to go in through here, and we're just going to start cutting the front. And Wayne's really a good sport. He's been a great client of mine. And after I'd cut his hair, he had gone home to talk to his wife about shaving his mustache. And the next day, I was working in the morning, and all of a sudden the door opens, and there's Wayne with the biggest smile you've ever seen, with no mustache, and his hair all gelled up, and he looked about 10 to 15 years younger than he did. And that's one of the most rewarding things about this business is making people happy and giving them a little bit of a change. And sometimes it doesn't entail all quite that much. Sometimes it's just taking a ½ inch off here or there, moving the hair around a little bit different, and especially making it really easy for the client to do their own hair. So that's pretty much what we did with Wayne, and that's pretty much what I try to do with all my clients. Is one of my mottos is I suggest, I never insist. It's your hair, and until you feel comfortable in changing it, then I'm willing to do pretty much whatever you want, barring anything damaging your hair via perm or color. If it's not in the condition to do that, I just won't do it. So, but other than that, it's usually a great collaboration between the client and myself. And so what we did is I just cut the top of his hair. I'm going to go up the back with the clippers. We're going to just start to taper this all down. The other key thing is to make it as easy for my client to do as it is for me to do. People don't want to spend a lot of time on their hair. They just want to, basically wash it, maybe put a little bit of gel in it, and just make it something that's just very, very easy to do, but have it look really great. I know I don't like to spend more than a few minutes on my hair, and I know most people feel the same way.
Now, do those clippers just thin it out more or less, or shape it?
No, the clippers are actually tapering the hair right down. We have different lengths of blades that we use, which determine the closeness that the hair is cut to the scalp. And you kind of determine what clipper blade you're going to use before, as you're evaluating the haircut before you start it. And it's a nice clean cut, and we switch the blades up. It's all blending, fading, and that's for this type of hairstyle. Now the younger guys, a lot of the younger guys are coming in nowadays, and they want their hair longer. So a lot of teenagers or maybe college students. And so for them, what we do is, it's pretty much all scissor work and razors. We use a lot of razor work just to, kind of make it a shaggy look, and and that seems to be really popular now. And hairstyles goes in spurts. It starts out, long, then it goes to short, then it's back to long again. And actually, that's what pretty much almost made barbers extinct, was in the 60s, when all the men were starting to grow their hair long, and the whole hippie era.
Need to have it cut.
Right, and unfortunately a lot of the barbers didn't adapt and chose not to, get caught up on that. And what ended up happening is barbershops started closing up all over the place. And when I realized there was such a huge demand for barbering but no supply, that's when I decided to open up my other shops.
Great.
And a lot of guys just want to come in and just get a haircut without all the fluff, the shampoo and this and that. They want to come in, get a haircut, and get out. 10, 15 minutes, and and that's it. The interesting thing is, my clippers now are a very useful tool in sometimes blending short haircuts on women. I'm obviously not this short, but so it's a very vital tool, for me.
Great. Now let me ask you this: who does your own hair, or do you do your own hair? Who do you trust with your hair, I should say?
I either have my daughter in my Plainville shop do it, or my buddy Ronnie in my Unionville shop do it for me. And lately Ronnie's been doing it for me. He does an excellent job, and when I can't get in to see him, then I'll go see my daughter and she'll do it. So it's whoever's available, at the time.